Hi guys, welcome to TechWave Server. In today's video, we're going to look at how to connect and use MongoDB using Java. Before we start coding, let's ensure we have everything set up. We'll be using Spring Boot, Maven, and Java 21 for this project. Now let's head over to start.spring.io, and here we'll select our project as Maven and then change the Java version to 21 and then generate, and then you can save it wherever you want. I'm going to store it in projects. And once it's done, we have to extract this file. And then you use your favorite IDE to import it. Now I'm going to use the STS workspace. If you prefer any other IDs, you're more than welcome to do that. Okay, so now I have the STS workspace open, and in order to import the project, what you have to do is click File, Import, and since this is a Maven project, we click Existing Maven Project, and then browse to where you saved this file and then select this folder and make sure this pom.xml file is checked and finished. And as you can see, it's being imported. Now that the project is imported, the next step we have to do is add the MongoDB dependencies. And in order to do that, we have to go to pom.xml file. And in here, we have to add the dependency with the group ID of org.mongodb. And once you have that, the next step would be to add the artifact ID, which is MongoDB dash driver dash sync. And as you can see, the version automatically gets added in here. And just make sure to save this. And once you save that, you want to go over to project and click build a project since you changed the pom.xml file. So now that we're done with pom.xml file, let's close it and then right click the project and make sure you click on Maven and click the update project and click OK. This will update the Maven project as we have made some changes in the pom.xml file. And now we will go to source/main/java folder, and under here is where we will start coding and connect to MongoDB using Java. So let's get started. The very first thing we want to do is connect to MongoDB. And in order to do that, we're going to use the Mongo client, and a variable called Mongo client is equal to Mongo clients dot the create method. And in here, we're connecting it to MongoDB :// localhost and the port number, which is 27017 for me. And now you'll notice that there's an error here. That's because we haven't imported Mongo client yet. And in order to fix that, you want to click the Control-Shift-O. And once you hit that, you can see the Mongo client and Mongo clients is being imported. Now, if you run this, it will connect to MongoDB. And as you can see, we are successfully connected to the localhost port number. Now that we know how to connect to MongoDB, let's look at how to perform basic CRUD operations of MongoDB using Java. Now let's take a look at how to create and display the database in MongoDB using Java. Now the very first thing I want to show you guys is let's comment this line out, and we will be using the same line, Mongo client is equal to Mongo clients.create. And if we don't pass in anything, it will automatically connect to the local host. Now, in order to create a database, what we can do is use the Mongo database, and let's call it database, is equal to Mongo client. This is the variable from here, dot get database, and then let's name it new DB. And if we do this, this will create a database for us and store it in the database variable. Now, as you may have noticed, Mongo database is giving errors. That's because it's not being imported. And in order to fix that, we have to press Control-Shift-O. And as you can see, it imported the Mongo database in here, and the error's gone. And in order to display the database, what we can use is Mongo client dot list database names dot for each. And in here, we'll use the system dot out :print ln. And if we run this, it will display all the database, as you can see. Now, you may notice that the newly created database, new DB, is not listed here. That's because there's nothing in the new database. That's why it's not being listed here. Now, let's add a collection to this and let's print it again. And in order to add a collection, let's use database.create collection. And in here, we'll give collection the name of a person. And if we run this, as you can see, the new database is in here as well. Next, let's look at how to insert an object. And in order to do that, we'll be using the Mongo collection. Mongo collection. And in here, we pass in a document. Let's name it collection and set it equal to database.get collection method. And in here, we want to pass the name of our collection, which is person. And then next, we want to create a document using the new document. Next, we will use the dot put method with the person's name. Let's give him the name of JK. And now the last piece is collection dot insert one, and in here we insert the doc. And that is how you insert a document into a collection. Now that we have inserted a document, let's look at how to search for a document. And there are multiple ways to search for a document. So first, let's look at how to return all the documents in a collection. And in order to do that, we use the collection.find.for each. And in here, we pass in system.out println. And this will return in all the documents that are inside this collection. Now let's get a more specific and optimized search method. For that, we will use the document search variable is equal to new document and then say search dot put method, and then the first value is the name of the field and the second value is JK. Now the only change we have to make in here is add search here. Now if this will print the whole document, now if you're looking for a specific field and don't want any other things that are in the document, what we can do is copy this and use the dot map operator, and inside we use the lambda expression and get only the name field. Now, if we save this and run this, you can see the first time it prints with the ID and the name. The second time it prints only the name. That's because we used the dot map operator filter out the rest. So the last thing I want to show you guys is how to delete the document we just added. But before we delete it, I want to add a couple more documents. So as you can see, I've added two new documents in here and I removed search from here so I can show all the documents. Now the way to delete is pretty simple. We use collection dot delete one since we're only deleting one. But if you want to delete more than one, you use the delete many. And in here, you pass in the search. For this case, I want to delete search. Now to show that it deleted, I'm going to copy this line over here, save it. And as you can see, there are three documents here, but only two down here. That's because we deleted the document whose name was JK using the delete one method. And that is it for today's video. If you guys enjoyed watching and learned something, please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.